long does it take to dry the wood? Yeah. And what kinds of woods are these over here? Are they different? Different types of wood? And
Yeah.
Does it dry at different temperatures? And
yeah, it's some wood dries quicker than others. You want to dry. Ideally, you want to dry very slowly at the beginning, very slow and steady at the beginning, because you don't want the wood to deform when it dries. If it dries too quickly, you're going to get cracks at the ends of the boards, called end checks, and you're going to get warping. You want it to all dry very slowly and uniformly. And yeah, we have different kinds of wood. We have cypress there, walnut. This is a white oak. Here's a spalted sycamore. More sycamore here, and then behind me I think is an elm. Yeah, a lot of different kinds. We have a tremendous variety of woods, and you know, it's very important to air dry them though, as opposed to dry them in a kiln or an oven, because you get better color resolution. When you heat it up too much, you tend to brown the color of the wood, or dampen the color. Much like if you put a cake in the oven, it's gonna, you know, that white flour is gonna sort of turn brown, or a loaf of bread. So you want to do it as naturally and gently as possible, and take the time. You know, the tree took 100 years to grow. You know, you don't want to be, you know, putting it into a, you know, somebody's desk in 2 weeks. It just really pays to be patient. If you want the right color and you want really stable wood, you have to be patient and take the time.
And can you say what this wood becomes? Does it become tables or chairs?
Yeah, what does the wood become? Well, it becomes, you know, anything you can make out of wood, really. A lot of people like to make coffee tables. You know, they take one board and just make a coffee table because maybe they don't know a lot about woodworking, but they love the wood, and so they'll just make a very simple base out of anything that they can find, and then just take one board and make a coffee table and leave the bark on, and let it be a part of nature in their home. A lot of people will glue boards together and make very elaborate conference room tables. We have people that come in with commissions that make desks for very affluent and wealthy people, and they'll make a commission of a table, of a desk, and goes in a big ornate home. We have a lot of, in Nashville, we have a lot of artists, country music artists, who have commissioned pieces of furniture to be made for their homes, and so they'll come here and get wood for that.
Very nice.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Over and out.